Big thank you to Gordy Gibbons for joining us there in our half-time break. Great to see the mini mods in action as well. A little update from around the grounds. Earlier we saw Northcote get up 28-12 over Otahuhu at half-time in Glenora versus Mount Albert. It is the Bears up 14 points to 0, while Mangere East lead 18-6 over Papakura at the break. And in the Root Rooster clash, Point Chevalier 18, Howick Hornets 12 at half-time. Back underway here at Murray Halberg Park, and it is the Richmond Bulldogs with first use of the ball, and a bustling carry to start it, straight back into it, and it's Kamana Po who gets things going. Richmond 16 unanswered points late in the first half, all came in the final 10 minutes. Akoi Atmore now jumps out of dummy half. My commentary partner, Troy Hardy, mentioned it. Akoi Atmore, he really changed the game when he came on, Troy, and he's just earned his team a penalty there as well. But just changed the tempo, didn't he, when he came on? And as a result, his forwards started rolling a bit better. The halves started clicking a little better.
Service was a lot more sharper around the ruck, and I think it's giving the outside backs, Kyle Neal, a wee bit more time to work with things. So, yeah, no, great to see Isaac on the field.
Isaac, a product of the SAS College Rugby League system, a Mount Albert grammar boy. I believe he was also head boy at the school. Part of the famed Akoi family.
Absolutely.
Connection at
family
Richmond.
Full of legends.
Mum Liz, the team manager.
There's been some great footballers come out of that family. Much respect to Awhia Akoi, long-time servant at the club, who sadly passed away many years ago now. So may he rest in peace. Freddie Akoi, Peter Akoi, the list goes on. Andrew Akoi, I could do this all day. Back to the action. Nice drop on the inside.
Sione Nahi, who's had some quality carries since coming on to the field. Akoi Atmore tricks the cameraman. Jumps out of dummy half now. Siave Tupou, he's going to go. And he's going to score. Siave Tupou, no, he's not. Play the ball is the call. Must have been very close there, Tupou. Akoi Atmore clears the ruck. Back towards the middle now. Motion to Neil, half to half. Machu Stone done. Runs into the one man on the field. I would be avoiding at all costs. Leo Pepe finishes off.
Let it out.
Kyle Neal now bombs out towards the corner here now. Up. Was the ball spilt? Well, it has been now. And ball put down by Whakawhanua.
And I forgot one of the Akoi. Sorry, Corey, I better mention him, otherwise I'll get shot. Young Paul Akoi. He was a great footballer too.
On the tee, boys, on the tee.
So now that we have finished the Akoi family reunion.
Legacy.
What do you mean? A ball's a ball.
Looks like this is going to be
Oh, no.
a Richmond ball. We're waiting for the footy, so a severe shortage of Stevens on the field right now.
Actually, if you throw one out to me here, mate, I'll give him one.
It's a professional game, now sort it out.
So a bit of a pause here as we...
And just while that all happens, a special hello and big rap to Toa. I know he's a big New South Wales Blues supporter, and not often do we get to have a job well done after 2 decades of getting crushed.
Pound, movement, hold, go one, get a foot on it.
Palamo joins in. So they were lucky to get away with that one, Marist. It was scrappy stuff. Now they get their first use of the ball in the second half. Good gang tackle though by Richmond, getting there in numbers.
A lot of energy now.
Go three, square. Oh, move now!
Hala over, getting involved. Leo Pepe winds it up. Takes him up over halfway, still standing in the tackle.
Only 3 on him this time.
And he's taken a hit there. Leo Pepe's in a fair bit of pain as Kavaliku gets to his kick. Fielded on the full by Stone Dunn at the back, who makes plenty of yards before the chase can get to him. I did see a tweet from Leo Pepe midweek, him rehabbing at work. He was working on the knee at work, getting himself fit for this game. Of course, like so many of the veterans in this competition, going the extra mile to ensure they get onto the field. Such an important player for this Marist Saints team.
Wait, go 3.
High shot being appealed for, and they will get there.
Well, the hands went up in the air there.
Little update from some of the results in the second division so far. Bay Roskill at halftime are up 50 points to 10 over Papatoetoe Panthers. Franklin Storm hold a 16-12 lead over Northern Brothers. Manyarewa up 36-6 over the Hibiscus Coast, and the Otara Scorpions 14-12 over Mount Wellington. So plenty of close games going on around the grounds today. Do keep an eye on aucklandleague.co.nz. We'll have all of the results and reaction post-match.
Movement now, 11.
Nathaniel Law straightens. Where's a shot from Tuponiwa? Left edge they come, motion, got Stone Dunn on his shoulder. Stone Dunn steps back
Great
inside,
pass.
pops the ball out the back, scooped up by Tupo, who runs it at Briggs.
3, stand up, foot on the line.
Akoi Atmore, short and hard. Just short of the line, motion now shuffles, play off.
Oh,
boy.
what D!
Touch and goal, scrum.
And into touch is the call. Can we catch a replay of that one? Because that was quite spectacular. Let's see if we can catch a quick SAS Sports replay as play restarts. But you can see
Before the post.
We're okay out here for play restarting. Focus on the replay.
Right, boys, you know what to do.
it's quite athletic from
Watch for a shortcut here, Corey.
Matrix
Thank you.
Cohiva. They go very close there. And then this here, the defense coming across, leaves the ground. Boy, that was closer than
Went
it looked.
airborne and just pushed them off trajectory. Trajectory?
Something like that.
On the ball.
Missing a J in there somewhere. We'll go with trajectory.
There you go.
We restart now. Marist getting us back underway. Jump out.
Two movement now. Together.
Briggs lining up for a carry.
Ball on.
Instead they go left. To fail.
Help. Stand.
Cyrus Payne is the dummy half. Very slow play of the ball. They get a penalty at the end of it.
Are you sure about that, Brendan? Yeah. I thought the hand was out, mate.
Yeah, just want to calm it down, have a bit of patience. Big crowd here today, Murray Hellberg. Not just over there on the hill where the club side is. In both dead ball areas and on the left and right of us over here on the opposite side of the park.
A very enjoyable club to watch rugby league at, actually. It's got the bank, which every good rugby league field has.
Here we go. Good carry.
Have one. Release the ball.
Cyrus Payne looking for a quick play of the ball. Finds captain. Who promotes
so
in second
strong.
phase there. Gets the offload away now. Payne's into a bit of space. Squeezes his way through. Kyle Neal comes through to slow the play of the ball down. To fail. Gets to the bottom of the ruck just in time. And he's swamped by Richmond defenders. They centralise now. Fa'avesi misses out Briggs. Goes Kavaliku. Kavaliku to Palamo. Space out here on the right edge if they're good enough, but the ball spills loose. It's picked up by Kohiva, who is caught high.
There's no advantage.
And now we'll get a Richmond penalty. So end-to-end stuff. And after Richmond finished the half on fire, it's been a little tough to get a read on this one so far, Troy. It's gone from end to end. Both teams guilty of a few errors.
Here we are, boys.
They want to grab that ball back.
Wait for contact. Wait. Go. Now release. Get up. On the line. Go one.
Sione Nahi.
Two up together.
Akoi Atmore goes short side to motion.
Shot.
Sells him with the dummy. Sells everyone, including the cameraman, and Brandon Motion will run it around under the post. What about that? Beautiful stuff there from Brandon Motion. Let's take a look on the SAS Sports replay.
Again, great service from the dummy half.
Looming in support is Stone Dunn.
Yeah,
and
and
you can
there
see
it is there.
Motion instead. You can't see it on your screen, but he just takes off, Troy, and looks up, and there is no one around. Great work from the number 6.
Still good, mate. Thank you. Yeah, mate. All good, buddy.
Shout out once again to the sponsors of the Richmond Club, Waterview Laundromat, LJ Hooker Ponsonby, Mickey B Fitness, and the Greyland Tavern. Thank you for your support.
And Tony Lehman, the chairman of the Marist Saints, is looking for his next opportunity for sponsorship. So if you've wanted to come down and support one of the biggest teams in the SAS Fox, I'm pretty sure that Tony would love to have a chat to you, as the Marist boys there are having a little hooey.
Tongi you to attempt the conversion from in front. Richmond have the lead for the first time in this game. Good off the boot, and it is Richmond Bulldogs 22, Marist Saints 16. Well, Troy, a game probably dominated by the big men so far, but on that occasion, one of the smaller men on the park, Brandon Motion, was taking it by the scruff of the neck. And credit as well to Machu Stone Dunn, who didn't play a role in the try in the end, but his line that he ran really sucked
Put them in 2 minds, yeah.
a number of defenders, put them in 2 minds, as you say, and then from there opened up
Timeout run, Saints. No early, boys.
a big old gap for Brandon Motion to accelerate through. Marist to get us back underway.
Time it. Good.
Bouncing ball claimed by Neil, who brings Nahi into it. Nahi straight
Big
and
out.
hard.
Held now. Release. Hold. Go, 1.
It's proved a handful.
Good line speed here from Marist, though.
2. Up together. Marcus square.
Michael Limuffa, who's been one of the best on field so far for the Richmond Bulldogs. Nice and impressive in the back row. David Dyer now gets on the end of it down that right edge. A try scorer from earlier in the game. It's that Manly Muffer again.
Final.
Spinning out the back. Kyle Neal goes high. Chester at the back for Oloketa, who palms it backwards, soft hands, picks it up and returns.
On the ball. Off the ball.
Some of the Marist boys not getting back on side fast enough. Going to look for a wee bit of work now.
They're leaning heavily on the outside backs, aren't they? And just as we say that, they get a penalty, which will help.
You're pulling the ball away. Yeah, you're all over the ball. He's all over the ball. He's pulling the ball away. The ball comes out. It's going to be a stripper kick. Pulling the tackle. Yeah, but it was 14. He pulled the ball out.
Tap and go is the call. Tui Masefi. Straight and hard.
Stand now, Richmond!
38 off their line now, Marist. They need a couple of good sets here, do the Saints. Settle things down a little.
Help! Stand up.
Tanito
Go 2.
taking 40 off the line. Mafu Briggs.
3 movement quickly!
Yeah.
And a penalty at the end of it as well. And we're going to have a sin binning, so there you go.
Not what you wanted.
Play the ball down. Second time. 10 minutes.
Referee Price
It's a second.
assured in his call, and that is
In a row. And it's just becoming over the top. You've got to
Isaac
Isaac, is it?
Arkoy Atmore, who has been
Holding down.
sent for a stint in the naughty seat.
Movement, movement.
Kavaliku kicks for touch.
I called movement quick, and he just went back in.
I'm with you now.
Ball, guys.
Ball comes back from
Ball boy goes for a trip up the hill here at Murray Halberg Park.
Go.
Back underway we go now. Tanito
Well, if Marist are even going to fire up, now be the time. 12 people on the field for Richmond Bulldogs.
Tui Masevi. Payne brings Tanitau back in involved. He's had plenty of carries today. Payne goes down the short side now. Richmond scramble across nicely. Remember, they are playing one man down on the defensive line. Akoi Atmore in the bin for the next 9 minutes. Fa'avesi straightens. Good defense so far from Richmond. Kavaliku. Dinks a little kick in behind. The back rower is chasing. And it is a try indeed. It is scored by Sione Tuponiwa. Let's take a look on the SAS Sports replay. It starts with Leroy Fa'avesi just straightening things up. Sucks in a couple of defenders.
Did well, he sort of shaped the kick, didn't he? Before he got tackled.
And from there, Kavaliku dinks a little kick in behind. Knows they've got the advantage on the edge. Now, watch the dead ball line here. Watch very close. Very close, I would say.
Yeah, even the little one in the green sweatshirt had her fingers to her eyes.
The try is called. It was borderline. But a referee on the spot
Closest
to
there.
get there. Did the old David Peachy last minute put down. So Ulukita with an important kick now to tie scores up.
Marist will be happy with that too. They'll want to be racking up as many points as they can whilst Richmond are down one player. And if memory serves me right, I think that young Isaac Arkoi will be the first Arkoi ever put in the bin. And I dare say Liz will be having a chat to him tonight.
Ulukita pushes that one away to the right, so the score remains Richmond Bulldogs 22, Marist Saints 20. Richmond, unsurprisingly, in no rush. Just trying to chew up as much of that clock as they can.
Just a little correction on that. I should pronounce the whole name, Arkoi Atmore. Otherwise I'll have Graham ringing me. Okay, so Richmond now back to reset from that. They're going to have to up the tempo right across the park now to contain this Marist side.
Oh, a tricky one there for Marist, cleaned up in the end.
Held one, stand up now. Markers, go one.
Real test of character here for both these teams. Richmond with just the one win to their name so far this year. Marist still to get on the board. Who wants it more as we approach the halfway point of the season? Mafu Briggs.
He's carried well today as well as defended, has Mafu Briggs.
Kept nice and busy. Cyrus Payne off the bench, accelerates into the gap. Was that high? Play on is the call. It's a good tackle. Fa'avesi now jumps out. Kicks down towards the corner. It's a pretty good set there from the Marist Saints.
Yeah, that's the same call from the sideline over there with the fans. Great set, boys.
Look back at some of Marist's results this year. An 8-point loss to Mount Albert, a 1-point loss to Point Chevalier. They've shown that on their day they can foot it with the best teams in this comp, but unfortunately there have also been some days where they just haven't shown up. And a couple of weeks ago against Howick, probably the case there as well. It was something like 6-4 at half-time before Marist got blown away in the second 40. And Gordy made an interesting point in your chat with him, Troy, just concentration, which is such an important part of the game at this level, particularly as you get tired. Maintaining those concentration levels so important. Here's an area Marist have struggled with. Kyle Neal now jumps on the back of a quick play the ball. Machu Stone Dunn comes in looking for a bit of work. Leon Latoa. Sloppy play the ball, and it's a bad play the ball. It's an error, and Latoa knows it's a costly one because his team
Not in his nature either.
have been under the pump, and you're right.
You've got the mark there. Stay there, stay there, stay there.
So scrum to pack down now. Marist with a chance to once again attack this line.
In the meantime, in the background, the sin bin clock is ticking away.
You've got no looses. You've got no... Oh, no, head! Put your head in. Out.
Ball goes in. Payne shifts it off to Wallace Teorima.
Movement! 13 up! Hold! Go one.
To fail.
2! Then 15! Sorry, 8.
Retired last year along with Simon Adamir. Well, to fail already out of retirement. That's a big contact there, Leon Latour.
And still going back with contact.
And they drive him back.
Release now! Go 3.
Toi Masefi now. Plays out the back door. Where's the shot for his troubles? Nice short ball at the line, but good tackle down low on Tupaniwa. Kavaleku. Toi Masefi. Hasn't he been good off the bench as well, Troy?
Yeah, he has. He's had some great minutes.
With his first carry of the ball and has been heavily involved in his stint so far. Palamo now chimes in, flips it out the back. It's messy from Marist. Need to be careful. The Richmond line is up and in. They've lost 10, 15, maybe 20 metres on that play. Avesi now shifts it on. Kavaleku dinks the little ball in over the top. Chase is good from Marist, but well cleaned up by Stone Dunn at the back. And my apologies, that was Kohifa who's cleaned it up in the end. The winger wearing 18. Good defence though by Marist. Tuponiwa getting low, driving him along with Cyrus Payne, who's brought some real energy to the match. Very differing styles, him and Missy Mao, the starting hooker. Mao, a very proficient defender, controls the ruck well. And Payne, he's all energy. Got some great speed out of the bottom of the ruck. Right on the hour mark. Crucial stage of the game approaching. Neil kicks across the body. Looking for the sideline probably, but instead it's scooped up by Whakawhenua, who returns it. Nathaniel Law leading the charge.
Some of the Marist boys still walking back on side and they get let off.
Be very close. You're going back into the ruck. You should be going.
We've still got Marist boys walking back as the penalty's awarded, so that's come at the right time.
It's hard enough defending with 12 men, but when you give away penalties like this Richmond side have today, just putting yourself under all sorts of pressure. Oluketa kicks for touch. She's not going to find it.
Let's pull it back in.
Play on is the call. Melisea picks it up and now goes on a little scoot up over halfway. So comedy of errors in the last few minutes from both teams. Richmond waiting to get back to their full complement. Arkoi Atmore warming up again on the sideline.
Here we are, 11 again.
Law
2, 12.
tucks it under the wing and says, I'll run
On now.
hard and straight. Wants to get to a quick play of the ball now. Instead, it's a fairly slow one. Kohifa, short side to motion. Motion at the line. Tongiu. Ball spills loose. Play on at this stage. It's going to go back for a Richmond knock on. So action aplenty here at Murray Halberg Park, and there's still 19 minutes of it to go. The best is yet to come, I feel. It's got all the makings of a thriller here, Troy.
Isaac chewing at the bit over there in the sin bin, trying to get back on. I think they're trying to check the clock on him. Oh, I was waiting to break. Big Andy Hare. Andy Hare's arrived on the park. He's our English football development officer at the ARL. Great to see him down here sideline. Here come Marist.
Marist now working it out. A bit of a temptation probably to spread the ball early there. Wise that they hold on to it. They jump out of dummy half. Was he square? Referee says play on. Messi Ma'u back on the field. Reese Tamasi. Ball comes out, another penalty. Boy, oh boy. And now we're going to have time off.
Here
We're going to have a talking
Somebody's
to.
having a chat.
Leon Latour, he didn't even need to be called. He knew what it was about. We need to be pretty careful here, Richmond.
They're probably picking up some of the audio on this.
Another one in the bin. Go and talk to him. No more.
It's really clear, no more from referee Price.
Yeah, I've got it. No,
So
I'm on it,
Arkoi Atmore back on the field now. So we're back to 13 on 13.
Set out. You're killing me.
2 in a row. It is unbelievable.
They need to tackle.
And it's just not good enough at this level, Troy. To do it once is one thing, but almost a carbon copy. Unbelievable stuff.
Better put them down.
And what must Jason Williams be thinking, coach of the Marist Saints? Good defence there that time from Tufeo and Briggs. Missy Mao involved as well. Kyle Neal now finds Law. Law breaks out of the first one, spinning his way to a couple of extra metres. Akoi Atmore. Short to Latoa. Latoa spots up in the line, runs it at Briggs.
Still going.
Pops it out the back, promotes the second phase. Now Law. Tuima Sefi finishes off.
Make the line there.
Akoi Atmore spins it out. Motion. Stone Dunn. Stone Dunn shuffles it on now. Kohifa. Nice little play. Brings Tupou back. Now Tupou darting across field in a hurry. Siave Tupou. What a stunning try. Siave Tupou out of nowhere. Runs coast to coast and dots down right next to the uprights. Let's take a look on the replay.
You can't get 2 penalties like that in a row, not get the ball out.
They head out left. First of all, motion to Stone Dunn. They almost have the numbers here. It's a clever play by Kohifa. Great communication between the winger and centre. And then from here, Tupou, he just pins the ears back. And he knows he's got them stretched. He's too fast. Tuima Sefi can't get across and cover. And he just finds them wanting in the middle of the park. Beautiful work from Tupou.
He looks happy about that one too. He showed an immense ton of speed to do it.
So a kick to come. Richmond a chance of going out to a 2-score lead now. But boy.
And wasn't that against the grain? Like, you know, penalty after penalty after penalty. Yep. We're walking down to Richmond's area. We're going down that way. We're going down that way. Isaac comes back in off the sin bin. You know, we've got 13 guys on the field. A couple of play the balls, and then it opens up, and hello, Richmond go in next to the sticks.
Tongi Yu to attempt the conversion
Hold there, fellas.
from in front of the posts for an 8-point lead. 15 to go here at Murray Halberg Park. If you've just tuned in, welcome into the broadcast. Kick is good.
Let's go, boys. We've got about 18.
And it's Richmond Bulldogs 28, Marist Saints 20. A thriller on the cards once again in the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership.
Just under 15 minutes. And I think the tri-fest is going to be over on this one, Corey. Richmond grinding out now.
Oh, big contact.
There's the first Chewy in the back.
Tuima Sefi involved. Tuponiwa as well. He's been very good today. Leon Latoa spots it up.
Great run.
Says, come on, boys, what have you got? Still driving the legs. That's a good carry from the skipper. Akoi Atmore jumps out. Plays short to Law. Motion. Drills it down low. Kohifa's chasing hard. Palamo's going to look up and see the winger right on him there. Good return, though, by Sarnelli. Palamo.
Need to protect the ball.
I need a big carry here to Marist, or a penalty. The latter probably more likely the way Richmond have been going so far today. Discipline, a real issue for the doggies, but they hold an 8-point lead nonetheless. Missy Mau. Teorima takes him up to halfway. Leo Pepe spots up inside the 10, another penalty, and it's late in the tackle count.
So Missy Mau's pass, that face cut pass, just dangerous. Every time he's there, he's finding runners.
Yeah, you're right. Great service out of dummy half. Something that we don't always see.
Captain leading from the front.
Movement! All together! Stand up! Stand up.
Very slow play of the ball.
Milky.
His pants down around his knees.
Two, clear the ruck now!
Hello over.
Oh, he's
Ball
dropped it.
spilt loose. Penalty.
Penalty.
Another penalty. Kamana Pole. And we've got another sin binning. Well, just as they got back to 13, they are back down to 12.
Joke.
And it's Tuki Kamana Pole, the 18-year-old front rower, who's going to go to the bin.
We may see him before the final whistle.
Then I had another 3, and I'll give you another warning. That's now another 2 by the
These guys got to tap and go.
The same player.
And that could dead set let Marist right back into this one.
If you're tapping, I'll get out of your
The
way.
majority of the rest of this game now going to be played 13 on 12. Missy Mau knows it. He wants to get things back underway. Here we go. Mafu Briggs gets things rolling. False start. Referee Price says you actually have to wait for my whistle.
I haven't called time on. Time on.
And Briggs lines up for another one.
Shoulder, all good.
Bit of footwork at the line, a change of direction.
Wait the line. Hold. Hold. Got to be quicker in that ruck, Richmond. It's too slow.
Leo Pepe hanging out on the edge of the field there.
4 on him.
It's a horrible sight for any winger or centre.
Don't play it on him.
When you've got the whole back line hanging off you.
Mau to Feo, straight and hard, burrowing low.
Up 16.
Just short of the line now, Marist. All sorts of pressure going on Richmond now. The shuffle play on, Kavaliku. Back in
Great
field, now to
inside.
Hala over. And held up is the call. Brilliant defence, Richmond. Brilliant defence, and it is Machu Stone done. Take your hat off, young man. That is cover defence. They're going to play the ball on the 10 now. Missy Mau, short to Feo, who hands it off to Halova.
Oh!
He throws the intercept. David Dyer says, I will have that one right in front of the line.
They've got to muscle up on the defence here and try and keep them here.
No panic needed yet. Talk about muscle up, Troy. Wow. Cyrus Payne.
There's another Chehu.
And now the boys want to exchange a greeting or two. Cyrus Payne, pretty silly there from young Payne. He's throwing a slap or something in the tackle. And don't be surprised if we see another sim binning here.
Don't need you. Don't need you.
Time is off.
Don't need you. Go there, Richmond. Richmond, point. Go there. Go there.
And linesman in. He's waving. Conference time.
Cyrus Payne's in trouble here if the referees have caught this. He hasn't thrown a punch, but he's thrown a slap.
Okay,
And
14
these
Marist.
days, that is all
14
it
Marist.
takes
Don't need you
to
guys. Don't need you guys.
earn yourself a stint off the
14
field.
Marist.
Maybe picking up some of the ref audio here, Corey, through to our listeners.
Listen to what referee
You can
Price
come in and
has to
listen,
say.
okay?
Cyrus Payne coming out
All
for a
right.
chat.
It was a strong tackle.
Missy Mo.
And he's come in and done the facial. We called the retaliation. In a minute.
Indeed it is. Cyrus
What
Payne
number?
now in the bin as
Number
well.
3. Number 3.
Somebody else is getting called.
I had that under control, and you come in, escalating the situation. When the whistle had gone, you go for 10.
He's in the bin as well, David Dyer. Can someone bring some more seats over to the sin bin? There are 3 men in the naughty corner.
Penalty phone.
They've given referee Price no choice. It was ridiculous from Payne to start with, and then the reaction from Dyer gets him in the bin where he joins his teammate Kamana Paul.
Well, we're not going to probably see some of these boys come back in this game. The first one in there is probably about 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. So, madness down here at Murray Halberg.
28-20 to Richmond. Where to from here?
Keep your arms up, boys.
So many twists and turns to this one, and there's more to come, ladies and gentlemen.
No silly.
Don't go
No
anywhere.
moving, move.
There's 8 points in it, but that means nothing at this stage. Richmond on the ball. There's a penalty.
Another one's going.
No effort. Okay, just like them though, not making any effort into the right. You've got 10 minutes in the bin.
And now it's number 6, Leroy Fa'avesi, who has been sent to the bin. We're dead set going to run out of players in the next few minutes. Kyle Neal doesn't mind. He's going to kick the touch. 4 people in the sin bin. Someone called David Middleton. This has to be a record. Richmond are going to tap and go. Maliasea. Kyle Neal. Back to it we go. Even numbers on the field now. Nathaniel Law. Arkoi Atmore. Motion. Got Stone Dunn hovering on his shoulder. He's been good today with limited opportunities, Stone Dunn, showing that class from time spent with the Vodafone Warriors reserves. Arkoi Atmore now jumps out of dummy half. They centralise through Neal. Stone Dunn, a little bit of footwork. Stone Dunn looking for a gap on the outside. Stone Dunn
great
flips
pass.
it back inside. Robert Maliasea is going to score, and is that the game? Take a look at the replay, and the final pass is a thing of beauty. We were just giving Stone Dunn a wrap, and on cue, he pops up with one of the plays of the game. You can see here, they're keen to get wide early. Stone Dunn, well, he knows. He's got them stretched here, puts on a bit of footwork on the much, much bigger man. And then from here, this is brilliant. Knows exactly where his wing is going. Great play from the winger as well. Maliasea.
Beautiful pass.
Tucks back inside, but that is as good an offload as you will see, ladies and gentlemen. And that may well be the winning play. Takes the lead out to 12. Kick to come. If he gets this, it's a 3-score game.
Let's wait for the kick to come, Corey. It's almost turning into the ARL 10s.
So Tongiu with his most important kick of the day. I think if this one goes over, that's probably going to be the game. But the way it's gone today, we don't dare make too many.
No, I wouldn't be ruling anything out.
So we've got about 8 minutes to go here at Murray Halberg Park. Tongiu now steps in, hits it nicely. Brilliant kick. 14 points the gap, 8 minutes to play. And all Richmond have to do is defend a few sets, and they are going to pick up their second win of the year. But while it sounds simple, it's been a crazy old day here in the Fox. I've lost count of how many sin binnings we've had. I think it might be
5.
6. It's 5.
5, I think.
4 currently in the bin. Yes, you heard correctly. 4 players in the sin bin. It's almost 9s. Back underway we go.
Release! Oh! No one.
Richmond just need to complete.
Be interesting to see what the Bulldogs do. No, they're going back door. Going for a shift.
Shuffles on to motion. Kohifa plays to Tupou. Big, powerful unit is Siave Tupou, still running. Scored that brilliant try earlier, and he's got a taste for it now to Siave Tupou. Motion, jumps out of dummy half. Tackled, 10 out. Kohifa to Neal. They centralise now. Arkoi Atmore. Stone Dunn holds it up. Plays his lock forward into a gap. The Marist defence get there in time. Neal, boot to ball. Scooped up though by Marist. Tuponiwa finds it. Richmond perhaps a little fortunate that that wasn't a speedster on that occasion. Big back rower scooping up. Olokita comes in looking for a bit of work. Now or never time for Marist. They need something dynamic. Tuponiwa goes to the line.
Chopped him down on a great tackle too.
They got no choice but to go wide here.
Marker!
This one-out stuff is not going to achieve much right now for Marist.
We've got a couple of boys down here in the back play for Marist, still trying to get some shape here.
They've got no width, Troy. Just
No.
looking out here, you could throw a T-tail over them.
Great
And
catch.
beautiful take at the back. Machu Stone done. Brilliant once again. And he will be a strong contender for SAS Man of the Match honours at the end of this one. And Troy, I dare say there's a couple that have stood out. Should Richmond win, I thought Siave Tupou on the centres has been very good. Michael Imaffa in the back row as well, very strong. But Stone Dunn will be right in the mix, I would think. Now looming in support. Ball is put down, picked up by Messi Mo.
Move, move. Up now! Line. 8, make the line. 1.
Calling somebody to come on the inside, you're on your own, mate.
And Troy, you've got to say, Marist look like they're gone. There is no width to this team, and right now that is exactly what they need.
Just about out on their feet, mate.
The right side is non-existent. There is no one on this half of the field.
Knock on.
And now there's a knock on.
Play on.
Play on is the call. We've got a
No,
late
he's-
call.
Pick the comms up from the linesman.
Yeah. I've made it now. Made it now. He laid down.
Off the legs is the call from Marist, but they're not going to get away with it.
Different things, eh?
And you would have to say Richmond's superior fitness probably been the difference in the back end of this half.
Yeah, probably not as large across the field either. So, you know, smaller, leaner team, and certainly have got round the park very well today, especially under pressure of having not just the first time having players off. When Isaac went off, you know, they were down for 10 minutes there with 12 on the field. Both sides now down to 11 on the field.
Head not in the scrum. Disconnect.
What's the call?
Disconnecting.
Penalty from the scrum as well.
Not binding. They're all slow to get to the ball. Ah,
So back into it. Is there still life left
Move, man!
in the Saints?
Go 1.
We know they won't give up. Leo Pepe,
2, stand 7.
20 off the line.
Get up. Go 2.
great tackle.
Latoa, yeah, good contact down low
3.
from Leon Latoa. Messi Mo jumps out now, plays Tupaniwa short.
4 tackles.
They've got to go to the edges, Marist. They need to go quickly.
Come in to hear the hooter.
There is no edge.
Still 4.
Leo Pepe says, I might have to do it myself. Finds his fullback looming on his shoulder, Palamo. But it's too stagnant. There's no life right now. Mau.
Wingers out of screen. Oh, just about picked off there by the Richmond player.
David Dyer, well, didn't need to take the intercept there. Just closed it down. It's going to chew up another minute. And they're not even in a hurry to pack the scrum here. This Marist Saints team really battling through the closing exchanges here. Scrum packs now.
Stop
So-
the clock.
Time will pause.
Get in the scrum, guys, and I'll call time on.
3 minutes to go.
13. Be very careful in that ruck. Listen to the calls. Time back on. Forward. Out.
Payne shifts on to Ulukita, who finds himself infield. Fends his way across.
Out.
Richmond scrambled to recover well.
Go flat on him.
To join us next week, we've got the thriller involving Point Chevalier and Glenora, the grand final rematch from last year. Leo Pepe
That'll be a root rooster clash too, Corey.
directing some
hands.
traffic. Palamo was the foot out. The foot was indeed out. And when it's not your day, it's not your day. Good defense from Kohifa. But very much looking forward to next week's feature match. Troy, you mentioned the Root Rooster on the line. The two best teams in the competition right now come face to face.
Your time.
Siren goes in the background, and that's all she wrote. It is the Richmond Bulldogs 34, Marist Saints 20, round 9 of the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Stay with us. We're going to hear from the captains of both teams in just a few minutes' time. Joined by Messi, captain of the Marist Saints. Well, another disappointing one. You were in it, but probably just overrun a little bit near the end there.
Yeah, just again, just lift the foot off the fruit. Yeah, we did better.
Errors coming out of yardage, a bit of a concern again. Probably shot yourselves in the foot a few times.
Yeah, it's only us here. Just 1% of things, just not pulling it through and executing, just troubling us in that area.
Spoke to Edwin pre-match. He said confidence was still pretty high in the camp. It looks like a winless first round for you guys, but how are things feeling amongst the players, and is there that belief that you can turn the corner?
Yeah, it's there. The brothers is always banding together. That's a belief. The belief is up, but just once again, it's execution. Just on the day. Yeah.
Messi, commiserations on the loss. All the best for next week.
Cheers, thanks.
Now joined by Brandon Motion, captain of the Richmond Bulldogs. Well, second win of the year, captain. Gotta love that one.
Yeah, it's good to get the second win of the season. You know, always been struggling a bit this year, but new team all coming together and good to get away with the result, especially in the end of the first half. And yeah, just good to get the 2 points and stay out of that relegation, hopefully.
Gave yourselves a bit of a scare late though with the sim innings. Probably put a bit of unnecessary pressure on yourselves.
Yeah, and I think all the boys were just up for this game, and discipline probably wasn't there. I guess, you know, it's a big game for both teams, so we both had to man up, and good thing the boys stuck in there, even when we were down to 11, 12 players, came away with the result.
Big inclusion for you guys. Stone Dunn at the back, who was fantastic today, really adds some class to your attack, and brave under the high ball as well.
Oh, definitely. We need that experience, those senior players on the side, a lot of young boys. It's just good to awesome try-saving tackle there. That probably kept us in the game. You know, if they scored that, it would have been, you know, back to the board. But it's good to get the win.
Congratulations, Brandon, and enjoy the night.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, we will do. Thank you.
So that does it for our broadcast today. Do join us on Wednesday from 4 p.m. back with the SAS College Rugby League competition, and then in a week's time, Glenora against Point Chevalier in the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time.
Live league action. In 2018, the Auckland Rugby League is putting the game in your hands. Never miss a hit from New Zealand's premier rugby league competition. To get the inside edge on where you can watch the action live and free, head up aucklandleague.co.nz. Live league action. aucklandleague.co.nz.
Oh my
Some
dear.
of the hits in this one. Here.
Love the College Rugby League.
Williams again leading the way. Murray getting involved as well. They come back towards the middle of the park. And oh, guess what? Another big hit. Knock on, so what a hit there.
Love the College Rugby League.